What's up, guys? Lewin here at GarageBand and beyond. Welcome back for another Guitar Tuesday. Yeah, Guitar Tuesday. So obviously, I'm not holding a guitar, but those of you who've watched Guitar Tuesday before know that it's not necessarily always going to be about guitars. Sometimes I'm just going to talk about stuff, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to talk about the 5 ways to not be a shitty band member. So let me preface it by saying, I've been in tons of bands over like almost a 30-year period at this point in my life. I've learned how to be a better human being. I've learned how to be a better band leader and just a band member, I've managed bands. I've done all sorts of things with bands of all shapes and sizes. So I've learned lots of things, and I figured, these top 5 lists are super fun to make, and I wanted to do that again today. Let's get right into it. Number 5 on my list is a pretty simple, common respect thing. Punctuality, people. If there is a rehearsal time, if there is a load-in time, a sound check time, a recording session time, whatever it may be, and it's 6 o'clock, get there at 6 o'clock. 6:10 is no good, and if you're going to be late, pick up the phone and call or send a text and say, hey, I'm running a little behind, sorry. It's just like that sort of open line of communication, especially if you're going to be late. Just say you're going to be late to the guy that books the gigs, But if you don't show up to sound check, or if you're not there for load-in and stuff, that does sort of speak to the other members of the band. And, some of those guys are most likely thinking, wow, we're all getting paid an even amount of money, and he's never here for that part of the, the gig. You know what I mean? So you don't want to get in that kind of hot water with your band members by a silly little thing like just being late all the time. Just be punctual. It's really a nice, easy way to be respectful to the people around you, and it just shows that you're professional, you're ready to work, and you want to work. Okay, so that's it. That's number 5. Let's keep going. Number 4 on my list. Now this goes out to every musician on the stage. If you are in between songs, don't play. Don't noodle, don't, bang out something on the drums, especially if the guitar player or the bass player is tuning. Don't be playing while someone else is tuning, because it's just going to make that person take longer. That means longer times between the songs on stage. And maybe this could have been, like another category on my list. Don't take too long between songs. But anyway, don't play over each other, and don't play between the songs, okay? Just keep it nice and clean, and just don't be that guy who's like noodling in between songs, right? That's easy. Don't do that. Number 3 on my list. Now, this should be prefaced by saying that when I went to music school, I was a performance major. Okay, this is one of the things that I really focused on, was how to be a good performer. And I think that it's really important, if you're in a band right now and you are playing and staring at your feet the whole time, I think you should try to remember people are looking at you. People came to see music. People want to engage with the musicians on stage. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be smiling and dancing around. Although if you are in like a high energy band, yeah, you should be looking like you're having fun, looking at the musicians on stage with you, connecting with them. Just have a better time on stage. Look like you're into it. Do not look like you're bored. And also, try to remember, people are looking at you, so you guys in a band, you might want to discuss what you're going to wear. That doesn't have to go for every band, but some bands, a lot of the bands we all love, I promise you, they have conversations about what are we going to wear tonight at the gig. It's one of those things. It just makes a band look cohesive when you see a band doing it properly. But don't just show up in like the clothes you worked in that day, especially if it's like a gig you're getting paid for. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, just remember, you're on stage, and performance is a big part of what happens at a live show, okay? So be a good performer. Number 2 on my list is something that I see a lot of musicians struggling with a lot all over the place, and it is not listening to what the other musicians on stage are doing. I think probably lead solo guitarists are probably the ones that are most guilty. And I know this just from my own experience, people like being like, you didn't hear that when I did that? And I'd be like, oh no, but I should have, In my younger days, I was, you sort of get in your own little world there, but it is essential if you are in a band and you want to like sound like a unit, and like I was saying before, making eye contact with each other. If you're making eye contact with each other, that's a really good set, because most likely you're also going to be listening. But just listen to the other musicians that are on stage with you. Don't overplay, or do try to connect You know, if you're the bass player, try to connect with that kick drum if it's appropriate, but just connect with the musicians that you're playing with. Don't remain in your own little bubble on stage. Nobody even wants to watch that, and nobody really likes hearing it. Like me, like as a musician, like, oh man, there's 5 individuals on the stage playing one song, sure, but it doesn't sound like a cohesive band. That's because they're not listening to each other, at least one of the many reasons possibly. So listen to each other while you're on stage, all right? That's a huge one. Listen to each other. Number 1, now this is a basic human skill that a lot of people are lacking, but one of the things that I see going on in bands is just sort of poor communication across the board. So for my band, Sparkle Pony, one of the things that we're now, especially because we keep rotating, or for a while we're rotating band members, as the band leader, as one of the main songwriters, I always really openly communicate. If I hear a part in my head or there's a way I want that person to play it, I communicate that to them. Nothing's written in stone. If they're like, I could do that, but it would be a little bit cooler if we did this, I'll definitely hear the idea, absolutely. I'll try it out a few times. If I don't like it, then it got a fair shot and it's gone. But if I like it, then I got something cool and new. The point is that I was able to clearly convey what I wanted, right, to the musician that was playing with me. In a nice, friendly, nurturing, kind way. Not like, you must play this or anything like that. It's friendly. We're all friends here, trying to have fun playing music. But communicating, even like if you're firing a musician, right? This is another thing about communication. If you're firing a musician, don't blow out. Don't be a total dick and like pull out all this like personal stuff or whatever. If there's something going on like in your personal life that really is unrelated to the band, don't bring that up during the "you're getting fired" speech, because that is just awful communication skills right there. I've heard it happen. I've done it to people. It's really, really, that's just a bad decision. So when you are communicating with people, be open, be clear, be friendly, be kind, and especially with the members of your band, because you're all in it together and you're just trying to make something cool, like a song or, an entire show of 3 hours or whatever it may be. You're working with those people in your band and being communicative with them in a really good way is absolutely essential for any band that really wants to succeed. If you really want to go for the long haul, you have to be able to talk to each other in an open way, or else you're totally screwed. All right? So I think that's about it. I think those are the top 5 things I see most band members doing wrong. The list could probably go on and on, but let's not do that. All right? So you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Maybe you learned a little bit of something from me. But yeah, guys, stay strong, be kind to each other, listen to each other, and perform your asses off every time you're on stage, and anything else that I just said. Please check out all the other videos that I've made here on GarageBand and beyond. There's a ton of them now. I've been up here for like 7-something years, doing this for a long time, and I really appreciate it when you check out the videos. Hit the like button and the subscribe button. There's a little bell now somewhere around that subscribe button, so you click on that and it will give you notifications of when my new videos come out, which are Tuesdays and Fridays. And that's it. All right, have a great day. Peace.